So no, I didn't live in a hut. I didn't sleep in a hut. I remember when I first came to America, that's all I used to hear. Like, yo, you slept in huts? No, we didn't sleep in huts. But yo, what's up, YouTube? Alright, so boom. So today I'm gonna like talk to you guys straight up, face to face. I mean, I'm always face to face, but today, you get to be a little closer to me. I'm basically just gonna chop it up with y'all about where I'm from, my background, um, what country I'm from, because a lot of people don't know exactly what country I'm from, what languages I speak, what my background story is. I never like brought it up because I kind of just figured that most people were from my old page, but that's not the case. I have a lot of new followers, a lot of new subscribers. So yeah, I get to know more about my African heritage. Well, not my heritage because I am African born and raised. Alright, so boom, we're gonna start with my storyline. Alright, so I'm 25 years old, born in West Africa, Ivory Coast. I came here when I was about the age of 14. I spoke French, then came here, learned English, went to school here, started high school, and now did 3 years of college, left college, came here. Um, I'm my mother has two kids, a boy and a girl. Well, nah, she got two boys, but she had two kids, me and my brother. From that side, my father has a total of 8 or 9. We all have different mothers, except for my brother that you guys know. Well, we have a different mother too, but since me and him have always been so close, we've always been like really tight. So it's never been like oh, we have a different mother. Like he's not I don't consider him my stepbrother, if that makes sense. I was raised by my mother mostly. Well, my dad left when I was about 3 years old. Came to America for a better life, to try to provide for me, my mom, and I guess in the midst of all of that, you know, she ended up having to raise me by herself. He moved out here and found someone else. My mom was forced to raise me alone. Um, she worked many different jobs. Well, like where I'm from, it's not like a job like you go, you apply, you get a job. It's mostly like if you know how to cook, better start making your own little restaurant at home. Find a little spot where you can, cook food and make it and sell it. Sell it oranges on top of your head. If you're a boy, you gonna go, work as a mechanic somewhere, or things like that. Or if you're a girl and you're 7 years old, you sell oranges and you sell like literally find a way to make money. It's no age. It wasn't no age. I'm not sure how it is now. I think a lot of those things may have changed as far as more political levels, but as far as you working, I don't think so. I think that I was even I think there was a point in time where I was selling oranges and popcorn in bags, like popcorn bags. I'm gonna show you a couple of pictures of those. Like a plastic bag with popcorn in it, and then they put like sweetened powdered milk at the bottom, tie it up, pull that on top of your head on a plate, go sell your things. So yeah, my mom used to always. I have a tattoo of African lady holding a baby on its back, that's always been something very meaningful to me, because my mom carried me on her back until I was about like 5 or 6. You're supposed to stop once the kid is able to walk or whatever, but it's something that a lot of African women do, because we most can't afford strollers, or strollers are just not something that's, convenient when you're working and you're doing things. You don't have time to put your kid in a stroller and then cooking and all of that. So she would put me on her back to go to the market. So you will see a lot of times, you'll see African women with a kid on their back and then a plate on their head, and then holding 2 bags on the side of them. That's one of the reasons why I always look at my mom as being like one of the strongest women I know, and I know anybody else looks like their mother as one of the strongest women they know too. So she means the world to me. But yeah, so she raised me, put me through school, everything, till I was about the age of like 13, when my dad, like reached out to her and was like, "Oh, I want to see my child." And in Africa, if a father wants to see their child, there's no such thing as child support and no, you can't see my child because I have custody. And no. A father has prime authority over the child, because it's believed that without the father, a child cannot be conceived. So in a sense, that male, how do you put it? I'm trying to find a way. That male presence is needed. That male presence is the most powerful, because in Africa, the man is looked at as the king. Therefore, anything he says goes. Whether or not he left your child when the child was 3 or whatever, this is gonna be his child for the rest of his life. So if he wants to see his child, he gets the right to. You can't say anything. You can't be mad. And hey, my dad was coming from America, so it was like, shoot, I could give my child a better chance, even though their relationship was, came out to be one of the worst relationships that she ever had in her life. It was like, this is a better opportunity for you. You better go ahead. Your father wants you. I didn't want to leave. I was like, for what? I don't know this man. Never met him. Never seen him. Nothing. I'm like 13 now. I don't, I don't relate to him. Why do I have to go anywhere? But like I said, I had no choice. This is my father. And plus, went to the United States. So, look, people will kill for this spot. So I'm like, let me just go. But within that time, I was still, as a young child, I was still tomboy from get. So a lot of times kids in Africa tend to like, until you start growing breasts, everybody's naked, or naked but with like underwears on and stuff like that. We just comfortable like that. Now when you start growing breasts and stuff like that, you tend to cover up along the line, because now you have things that are showing. Man, I used to still run around with my with my chest out, not caring, playing soccer with the boys. Like at about like 5, 6, my breast started growing. My mom is like, "Oh, you gotta wear a t-shirt." I'm like, I don't feel like it. Like I don't feel like I have to. And in my country, a girl playing soccer and all of that, it was taboo. It was just like, why are you doing this? So they would start telling my mom, "Oh, your child gonna be a tomboy. Your child gonna be gay." Blah, 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 blah. Like she used to be like, "Oh well," like she used to not care. That was one thing, and I think that's where I get my. I think if I was raised with my dad from the get, I would care about every little thing people said, because that's how he is. He's very, scared of people's judgment of who he is and what he got going on in his life. But yeah, so he cared a lot about what people would think. She didn't. So she would like, if somebody came and said something about me or how I was acting or me playing soccer, because a girl playing soccer too, like, I mean, they'll let it rock back then, but they'll still look at you like you're a tomboy. Why you keep doing stuff that boys are doing? Why you keep doing this? Why you keep doing that? So I've always dressed this way. Always. Especially in my country. When I came, like, my mother would try to, like, dress me up, like, on, like, weddings and, like, because she was a designer. She sold clothes. like my mother has so many hustles. That's where I get this from too. Like she would cook. Her main passion it was to sew, but it stopped making money in my country, so she started to cook. She's a amazing cook. She owns her own restaurant now. But yeah, so she'll like so close for me and be like, she try to like gas me up. She was like, yo, you look so pretty in this dress. Look, I'm gonna make it for you myself. So to like make her happy, I would like wear it. It used to be so tight. By the end of the day, I'll have it off. It'll be off. It's just I couldn't do it. So I'll wear the dress just so you know, put a smile on her face, and then I would take it off after a while. But she was happy at least with me putting it on for the moment. So that's why like I don't have many pictures with me girly, because I would say like I have throwback pictures that my mom has, I'm sure, like actual copies. She doesn't have like internet pictures, but she's supposed to be scanning them to send them to me. I have a couple of baby pictures I'm gonna post. I have a picture with my grandmother, my brother from my mother's side, and one other kid. I don't know who that was supposed to be in the picture. I think my cousin or something. I'm gonna post that up in the video. But I dressed in that picture too. Y'all gonna see I dressed comfortable. I was not wearing nothing else besides what I wanted to wear. I think that was my school uniform. And my school uniform, I made sure to get extra big sizes of my school uniform because it was blue and white. So I wore like a white dress, button-up long shirt. I just couldn't. When I came here to America, when I first met my dad, everything switched. Like I felt like I had to do everything to make sure he was happy. I wanted to please him. I wanted to make sure that I did everything he wanted by the book, because this is my first time meeting this man. I wanted to impress him. So I wore the tightest clothes. I dressed like a girl, like girly. To the point where when my dad would take pictures and send it to my mom, she would be like, yeah, this is good. She would call me and be like, yo, make sure you marry yourself a nice young man. Man, please. Like they got this, yo, she was so excited. Y'all don't understand. Like she was so ecstatic. She was like, yo, you looking good, you look amazing. My hair I always had hair, but I used to always like kind of like low-key cut it so that my mom would shave my head off. So there would be times in my country where I had hair, then I didn't, then I had it, then I didn't. But when I came to America, I had hair like up to here. I think up to like my shoulder. My hair was just like, I had that good, I'm not gonna lie, I think that's the reason why too, that I had this hair texture. But I had such good hair texture. I'm not gonna say good hair because there's no such thing, but I had a really good hair texture. And it was just like up to here. My afro, when I would take my braids out, was huge, and I would just leave it like that, versus me like straighten it so that I don't look girly but I don't look manly. So it'll be days where I used to like wear my tight clothes, and then when I would go out, I'll have like boy clothes in my bag. Like that was my second year, I think my sophomore year of high school. I was like, I'm not doing this, because guys used to hit on me in school freshman year. I went to a school for newcomers. Like my first year when I was here, my first year I went to a school for newcomers, basically people who don't speak English, who learning English, obviously. And yeah, guys will hit on me, and I was like, ew. And it was just because of how I dressed. I was thick. I was, I had the goodies that people chase. So, I couldn't blame them. But I was like, I'm not doing this no more. I'm not dressing up like this. I can't. It's uncomfortable, and people would look at me. And me being African, this is me being African in a school for newcomers with other Africans, people from Poland, people from Dominican Republic, Asia, China, everywhere in the world that you could think of, Russia, everything. So a lot of things are new to them too. Don't get me wrong. The gay lifestyle is everywhere. Nobody's special. They would just hit on me too much, and it felt uncomfortable. So I decided to just not do it. So when I would leave the house, I'll leave the house in my regular clothes, tight clothes, all of that. As soon as I would walk out, I have a change of clothes in my bag. So I would change my clothes in front of the building, which was a big mistake, by the way. But I just didn't want to take the train with those clothes on and then end up seeing somebody from my school. So I would change. My first day of school, that I changed into that outfit, everybody was like, wait, what the hell? They were just like, I just got mad judgment from people. Why are you dressing like this? Why are you dressed like this? All the boys that used to hit on me like, what are you doing? Why are you... They was just like, I didn't care. I ain't come here for you. I came here to go to school. I would come home, change my clothes again. Until the day I decided to tell my dad, like... I think I was with my brother, and my brother saw me in his room trying on his clothes. And he was just like, yo, what are you doing with my clothes? I'm like, wearing them. He was like, and that's why I'm so comfortable with him now as well. He was like, for what? He was like, yo, you look good though. That shit look mad good on you. I said, yeah, I know. He was like, but why are you wearing that? So I told him, like, yo, like, this is me. This is how I dress. This is how I want to live my life. This is who I want to be. So I literally came out to my brother like that. And I think I was like 16, 15 when I came out to my brother. And I think I was 15. Yeah, I had to have been 15. I was 15. And it was just like from that day forward, I would hide it from my pops, but I wouldn't hide it from my brother no more. He knew he would, lend me his clothes or whatever the case may be, because I couldn't buy them because my father would know. And eventually my brother was like, yo, you gotta tell him, like, you can't hold this in for the rest of your life. And later on down the line, I told him. He found out. He cried, got on his knees, begged me to change my ways, all of that, like the whole nine. I was just so like, what the hell what do I do now? Like, I don't want to disappoint my father. I don't want to hurt my father. So I switched up again. Became a whole nother person I didn't want to be. Started behaving a whole nother way I didn't want to behave. Started talking to boys. I never did anything with them. Just to put that out there before. I just started doing things that were not my style. So it was just like a back and forth battle of identity. And I didn't have that issue when I was in my country, because I already knew what I liked in my country, and I wasn't being pressured or oppressed to act a different way. My mom would let me do whatever I wanted. Like, literally, let me just be me with no question. She never questioned me about why I dress this way, why I want my cornrows straight back versus up in a bun and all that. She never asked me no questions. She just knew. And I guess it comes from her being around me for half of my life. Like, even when I told my mom here that I wanted to transition, which is going to be another topic. Let me not talk about it. That's going to be another topic. But, yeah, that's my background. I come from a tribe in Africa called... We have about 60, 80... Okay, we have like about 120 dialects in my country. And we have about a good 50, 60 tribes. I'm Baule and Dida, because my father is Dida, my mom is Baule. But again, if anybody was to ask me in my country, what are you? I will say Dida, because my father, Dida and Bete, are a tribe in my country. My father, that's his side, so that's what I will actually have to say. Then they will ask me, where's your mother from? Then I'll say my mother's Baule. But whenever I'm around my mother's side of the family, I'll just say, or like, those parts, I'll just say I'm Baule. I don't speak any of the dialects in my country. I understand the first language in my country is French. But every tribe speaks, the most popular one is Jula. Everybody speaks that. To be honest, everybody understands it. I don't speak my father's, I don't speak my mom's, but I understand my mom's, because once again, I was around her more than I was with my dad. Yeah, and that's why a lot of times when people be like, oh, you are trans, that's why you act the way you act. You're trans, that's why you think this way. Honestly, even if I wasn't, like if I was born male, I would still have this mindset, because my mom is like this. Like, being raised by a woman your whole life, you move a certain way. Like, you think a certain way. Seeing my mom being left by my father and her being alone for so long to struggle with a child after being promised so many things made me realize, like, yo, you could get through anything, bro. Like, nothing is small, nothing is too big for you to handle, you know. Like, your mom went through this years after years after years. What you going through here is nothing. Like, there's days we was out, what my mom didn't eat, she was struggling. She'll go ask people for money, and that's one thing that was hard for her, but she'll do it so I could eat, so I could be good, you know. Like, and years after years, like, she took care of me without asking him for a dime, without even him sending a dime. So I will forever be grateful to that woman for the rest of my life. And that's where I get my mindset from. This is where I get it from. This is who I get it from. Like, if y'all ever meet my mom, y'all be like, yo, well, y'all will meet her, but I don't think she'll speak English. It's French. The only thing she knows in English is hello, how are you, good morning, and Hillary Clinton. Because when I first was coming to America, that's when Bill Clinton was president and stuff. So every time I would call her, she'll be like, Hillary. She'll call me Hillary, and well, when I started transitioning, she stopped. But that always made me laugh, because I used to be like, yo, you really just call me the president like I'm some type of... Anyways, but that's my little background story for y'all. It's a little something for y'all to know about me. The next topic is going to be about me becoming homeless after my dad decided that he didn't want me living with him because of my sexuality and things of that nature. So look out for that video. Homelessness, foster care, years of a lot of things that I went through that I never really got to share with people. Yeah, love you guys. Y'all already know. First name Jayceon, last name Ditto. Jayceon Ditto, and you're watching my channel.